Welcome to this moment in history. Before we get going, take a moment to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. In the cosmic tapestry of existence, there are moments when the threads of destiny are woven by forces beyond mortal comprehension. Alistair, a man of enigmatic origin, found himself at the nexus of such divine design, not knowing he would soon find himself not only traveling through the great expanse of time, but also lost on a journey through the past. In a moment that transcended time and space, he received a gift from God, a celestial artifact that held the power to unveil the intricate threads of his existence. As the artifact, bestowed upon him by divine hands, pulsed with ethereal energy, Alistair's senses expanded beyond the limits of mortal perception. The boundaries of time dissolved and he stood at the crossroads of eternity. In that sacred moment, the Logos allowed him a glimpse into the kaleidoscope of his past lives, a journey through the epochs that shaped the very fabric of his immortal soul. In the time lost to the annals of history before the rise of ancient Egypt or the Viking Age, Alistair found himself in the enigmatic realm of Atlantis. The fabled island continent surrounded by the vast waters of the Atlantic Ocean was a beacon of advanced civilization and mystical prowess. Alistair, whose origins remained shrouded in mystery, became a part of the Atlantean society. As a denizen of Atlantis, Alistair witnessed the awe-inspiring architecture, powered by a sophisticated understanding of energy and crystal technology. The Atlanteans, masters of both the material and metaphysical realms, lived in harmony with the natural forces that surrounded them. Alistair, drawn to the esoteric knowledge of this ancient civilization, became a student of their arcane wisdom. Yet the echoes of fate are not easily silenced. In the twilight of Atlantis, as the once mighty civilization faced impending doom, Alistair found himself at the heart of a cosmic struggle. The mystical energies that permeated Atlantis became both a source of power and a harbinger of catastrophe. In a desperate bid to preserve the knowledge and essence of Atlantis, Alistair became an unwitting traveler through the currents of time, leaving behind a world on the brink of cataclysm. In the bustling streets of ancient Egypt, Alistair, a man of mysterious origin, assumed the role of a discreet scribe. The air was thick with the scent of papyrus, and the grandeur of the pharaohs surrounded him like an ageless cloak. A lifeline for a flourishing civilization flowed majestically, carrying with it the secrets of a society that stood as a beacon of human achievement. Alistair's days were consumed by meticulous documentation, capturing not just the monumental structures but the intricate details of daily life along the Nile. Hieroglyphs adorned colossal structures, narrating tales of a sophisticated society versed in architecture, astronomy, and governance. As Alistair moved through the shadows of the Great Pyramids, he marveled at the intricate rituals and ceremonies that shaped the spiritual fabric of ancient Egypt. The enigmatic energy of the rituals, coupled with the rhythmic chants and incense-laden air, created an otherworldly ambience. It was during one such ceremony that Alistair found himself enveloped in a transcendent energy, a force that defied the laws of time and space, propelling him into the unknown. Lost in hues of celestial light traversing through the ether, floating through the expanse of eternity, Alistair could only embrace the infinite sensation of what was to come. The mysterious energy transported him across the ages, and as he emerged from the temporal mists, he found himself in an era of seafaring warriors and uncharted territories. Before the Viking season raids in a time obscured by the mists of myth, Alistair lived among the Picts on the distant and mysterious island of Ultima Thule. The Picts of Ultima Thule, a people closely attuned to the rhythms of nature, carved out a life on the fringes of the known world. Alistair, with his enigmatic past, became one with the Pictish tribes, learning their ancient traditions and embracing the primal forces that governed their existence. Ultima Thule, with its rugged landscapes and fierce winters, tested the resilience of the Picts. Alistair, known by a name lost to the winds of time, became a hunter, a warrior, and a keeper of the sacred Pictish lore. The Northern Lights, a celestial dance in the polar skies, mirrored the mystical energy that pulsed through the heart of Ultima Thule. Yet the earth beneath Ultima Thule was not dormant. Dwarfs dwelling in the subterranean depths harbored an ancient grudge against the surface dwellers. One fateful day, the dwarfs unleashed their subterranean might, causing a great earthquake that shook Ultima Thule to its foundations. The very land upon which the Picts had built their lives trembled, and the once stable shores became treacherous. Faced with the impending cataclysm, the Picts, guided by an ancestral wisdom, made the arduous decision to migrate. Alistair, now a seasoned warrior of Ultima Thule, joined his kin in a perilous journey southward. The migration of the Picts from Ultima Thule to the untamed lands of Iceland marked a chapter of resilience and survival. The legacy of Ultima Thule, with its seismic upheavals and ancient grudges, lingered in the collective memory of Alistair and his people. Alistair's journey through time brought him to the brutal and adventurous era of the Vikings. Disguised as one of Ragnar's trusted warriors, he sailed the open seas with a company of fierce Norsemen, their longships slicing through the waves like mythical sea serpents. The salty breeze and the creaking of ships became the backdrop to daring raids across distant lands. Alistair's sword, once a silent observer in the halls of pharaohs, now sang in harmony with the clash of steel, echoing the indomitable spirit of these seafaring warriors. The camaraderie of the Viking brotherhood embraced him, and amidst battles, feasts, and tales of legendary exploits, Alistair discovered the true essence of Norse culture. The rugged landscapes of the north, with its towering fjords and untamed wilderness, became both the proving ground and the playground for these daring explorers. It was a life defined by the pursuit of glory, a life that etched tales of valor and conquest into the annals of history. The echoes of Ultima Thule, with its seismic sorrows, resonated in the heart of Alistair as he faced the unpredictable seas of the Viking Age. The sagas of migration and survival intertwined with the Norse sagas, creating a tapestry of Alistair's existence woven with threads from the distant past. Guided by the whispers of time, Alistair found himself in feudal Japan, where cherry blossoms painted serene landscapes in hues of pink and white. Immersed in the disciplined life of a samurai, he became a student of the katana, mastering the art of war under the watchful eyes of seasoned masters. Under the tutelage of wise sensei, he delved into the secrets of the elusive ninja, embracing both the code of the samurai and the clandestine ways of shadow warriors. In moments of meditation beneath the blossoming cherry trees, Alistair contemplated the transient nature of existence. The juxtaposition of beauty and the impermanence of life became a profound meditation, shaping his understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. The intricate rituals of tea ceremonies and the ethereal grace of traditional dance further immersed him in the rich tapestry of Japanese culture. Mist-shrouded highlands transitioning to the mist-shrouded hills of the Scottish Highlands, Alistair took on the mantle of a knight within the formidable walls of the MacDonald's Castle at Glencoe. Bagpipes echoed through his days as he navigated the intricate dynamics of clan warfare and alliances. The echoes of ancient battles resonated in the haunting melodies of the Highlands, each note carrying the weight of history. The tragic day of the Glencoe massacre left an indelible mark on Alistair's soul. The betrayal and bloodshed witnessed in the misty glens tested the resilience of his spirit. Amidst the mist, he forged a steely resolve that would accompany him through the ages, a resolve that would be tested in the crucible of time. Crossing the vast expanse of the Americas, Alistair became an integral part of various Native American tribes. The sweeping landscapes from the towering peaks of the Rocky Mountains to the vast prairies became his home. Immersed in the rich cultures of the indigenous people, he learned the ways of war and wisdom, discovering the intricate balance between man and nature. Deep connections were forged with the Native American tribes, and Alistair found himself a part of a tapestry woven from the threads of traditions passed down through generations. The whispers of the wind carried stories of resilience, survival, and the interconnectedness of all living things. Alistair became a guardian of the land, learning the sacred rites that bound the tribes to the earth. The American Revolution called, and Alistair answered. The revolutionary fervor against British rule ignited a passion for liberty in his heart. Cannons roared and muskets crackled as ideals clashed against the chains of oppression. The camaraderie of revolutionary soldiers became a testament to the unyielding spirit of those who believed in the possibility of a better future. Alistair's battles in the Revolutionary War forged bonds that transcended time. The struggles and sacrifices of the revolutionaries echoed through the ages, becoming a beacon of hope for future generations. The heart-wrenching American Civil War followed, with Alistair witnessing the conflict from both Confederate and Union perspectives. Torn between loyalties, he experienced the brutal realities of a nation at war with itself. Brother fought against brother in a struggle that would redefine the very fabric of the United States. The landscapes of the South and the North bore witness to the scars of conflict, and Alistair's journey mirrored the fractured nature of a nation grappling with profound change. The weight of history pressed upon him as the war raged on, forcing him to confront the complexities of loyalty and the human cost of war. In the dusty streets of the Old West, our adventurer donned the badge of a sheriff, striving to maintain law and order in a frontier town. The distant howls of coyotes accompanied the creaking of saloon doors as Alistair confronted outlaws and faced the challenges of a rapidly changing landscape. Gunfire shattered the tranquility of the frontier, leaving Alistair wounded in the side. The taste of dust and the scent of gunpowder lingered in the air as he once again transcended time, leaving behind the world of cowboys and desperados. The Old West, with its tales of lawmen and outlaws, became a chapter in Alistair's ever-unfolding story. Reborn in 1969, Alistair found himself navigating the complexities of the modern world. The 1960s marked a transformative era characterized by unprecedented social and cultural upheaval. This decade saw the rise of counterculture movements challenging established norms. The civil rights movement fought against racial segregation, while the feminist movement sought gender equality. The Vietnam War fueled anti-war protests, and the sexual revolution challenged conservative attitudes towards sexuality. Iconic figures like Martin Luther King Jr., John F. Kennedy, and the Beatles defined this era. The 1960s left an indelible mark on history, paving the way for a more progressive and inclusive society. The 1970s were a period of contrasts, moving from the idealism of the 60s to a more disillusioned outlook. The Watergate scandal eroded trust in government, and economic challenges led to an energy crisis. However, the 70s also witnessed the emergence of disco, punk rock, and the mainstream popularity of genres like rock and pop. Iconic fashion trends from bell-bottoms to disco glam defined the era. The rise of cinema blockbusters and the birth of video games marked a cultural shift, reflecting both the challenges and creative expressions of a dynamic decade. The 1980s were characterized by a spirit of excess and rapid technological advancement. The Reaganomics economic policies fueled wealth accumulation, giving rise to a conspicuous consumer culture. The music scene saw the explosion of MTV and the dominance of pop icons like Michael Jackson and Madonna. The Cold War tensions escalated, but the decade ended with the fall of the Berlin Wall, symbolizing the end of an era. The 80s left a legacy of cultural phenomena, from neon fashion to the widespread use of personal computers, shaping the transition into the digital age. The 1980s were not only an era of excess, but also a period that witnessed unprecedented technological advancement. The proliferation of personal computers, epitomized by the rise of companies like Apple and Microsoft, revolutionized the way people worked and communicated. The introduction of the Walkman and the widespread use of VHS tapes marked a cultural shift in how individuals consumed music and entertainment. The gaming industry also took off with the popularity of arcade games and the release of home gaming consoles like the Nintendo Entertainment System, NES. The Space Shuttle program reached new heights with the launch of the Space Shuttle Challenger, reflecting the ambition and innovation that characterized the 80s. This technological surge laid the groundwork for the digital age, shaping the trajectory of future advancements and transforming the way society engaged with information and entertainment. The 1990s witnessed a global shift towards interconnectedness and technological revolution. The end of the Cold War brought about a new world order, and the rise of the Internet transformed communication and commerce. Musically, the 90s embraced the diversity of grunge, hip-hop and electronic dance music. The decade also witnessed the emergence of iconic TV shows like Friends and The Simpsons. Culturally, the 90s celebrated diversity and alternative perspectives, setting the stage for the multicultural and technologically driven 21st century. The 2000s ushered in the era of smartphones, social media, and unparalleled connectivity. Advances in technology transformed how people communicate, work, and access information. The tragedy of 9/11 shaped global geopolitics, leading to increased security measures and conflicts in the Middle East. Musically, genres like pop, hip-hop, and electronic dance music continued to dominate. The Biden administration, since its inauguration in January 2021, has faced challenges on multiple fronts, including economic pressures and geopolitical tensions. One significant concern has been the increase in gas prices and rising food costs, issues that have direct impacts on the daily lives of American citizens. Economic factors, exacerbated by the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic, supply chain disruptions and global geopolitical events contributed to inflationary pressures. While the administration implemented various policies to address these challenges, critics argued that some measures might have inadvertently contributed to the inflationary environment. The complexities of global economic interdependence and domestic policies have fueled debates about the most effective strategies to mitigate the impact on consumers and stabilize the economy. On the international stage, geopolitical tensions have heightened, raising concerns about the potential for conflict that could involve the United States. The ongoing war in Ukraine, with Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014 and the subsequent conflict in eastern Ukraine, has strained relations between the two countries and their allies. The Biden administration has taken a firm stance against Russian aggression, imposing sanctions and providing support to Ukraine. The situation remains precarious, with the potential for broader consequences on global security. Simultaneously, the Israel-Palestinian conflict, marked by historical grievances and territorial disputes, continues to contribute to instability in the Middle East. The tumultuous events of the 20th century, from counterculture movements to space exploration, became the backdrop to Alistair's continued journey through time. The threads of time bound him to the past, present and future. As he stood at the threshold of eternity, Alistair carried with him the weight of centuries, a living testament to the ebb and flow of history. The cultural revolutions, technological advancements, and societal shifts of the modern age were the latest chapters in a saga that spanned millennia. Alistair's odyssey through time stood as a testament to the indomitable spirit that transcends centuries. Each era left an indelible mark, weaving a tapestry of experiences that bridged the realms of history. The symphony of his existence, composed of the echoes of Atlantis, the whispers of ancient Egypt, the roaring seas of Viking raids, the Sakura dreams of feudal Japan, the mist-shrouded highlands, the whispering winds of the Americas, the forging fires of revolution, the fratricidal conflicts, and the dusty trails of the Old West played on. In the cosmic auditorium, Alistair's journey resonated, a timeless melody that echoed through the corridors of eternity. And as the final notes lingered in the tapestry of time, Alistair stood not at an end but at a beginning, an immortal soul ready for the next movement in the symphony of eternity. Thanks for watching. Okay, real quick, I want to touch on something. I'm glad that you enjoyed this story, but it is just that, a story. I'm a Christian and I do not believe in any form of reincarnation, but I do believe in resurrection, which are two different things. I, however, do believe that we can see visions of the past and of the future. Also that we are born with knowing all things that happened before us, that it is inherently in our genes, and by genealogy we can learn the things of our ancestors and their lives. It is a part of all of us. I believe that when you die, that you can either directly go to heaven or you are to wait in sleep until judgment. Just as Jesus told the thief on the cross that on this day you will be with me in paradise. The Bible also mentions Jesus as speaking of Jairus' daughter, the little girl, and of his friend Lazarus by saying they are not dead but asleep, speaking about ones in death. By death I mean the concept being separated from glory, which is what death really is, as the soul really never dies but is awake and conscious even after bodily separation. Death in theology is the separation of God's glory to oneself, such as when Adam and Eve sinned. It was made known that they would be separated from Eden, God's glory, and that their bodily habitat would eventually pass away and return to the earth. But these things are for a later discussion. Again, thank you all for watching.